Alrighty, everybody, thank you so much for joining us here on this Thursday evening. I'm Savannah Louie here at the Atlanta News First Alert Desk. We're so happy to have you with us. I do want to address, if you can hear a little bit of noise here in the newsroom, we just had our Atlanta News First Dream Home giveaway. We have a ton of people celebrating our initiative here that has helped us give a $1.5 million to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and also in the process give away a new home to one of our lucky winners here tonight. But I did want to address that before we get into your top stories, because we do have 5 pretty important stories to get to today, including one which, if you've been keeping up with the news cycle at all, you are very much aware of this moment right here. Former President Donald Trump indicted and faces a judge today in court. I want to show you here the moment where the former president touches down. This is him getting ready to go into that courtroom. Now, earlier today, he pleaded not guilty to 4 criminal charges, felony charges related to his alleged actions to overturn the 2020 presidential election. He left the courthouse earlier this afternoon after pleading again that not guilty plea. These counts related to the January 6th Capitol attack and a sweeping scheme to overturn the 2020 election. Earlier this afternoon, he said to a group of journalists, "This is a very sad day for America. This is a persecution of a political opponent. This was never supposed to happen in America." Now, the hearing lasted about 30 minutes. The judge read Trump his rights and the charges against him, including conspiracy to defraud the United States and conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding. Both supporters of the former president and those against him lined the sidewalks earlier today. Now, when this case goes to trial, Trump's lawyers plan to argue his false claims about the election were not criminal. Special counsel Jack Smith says he's seeking a speedy trial, but Trump's legal team has indicated they will seek delays as the former president now faces charges in 3 separate cases. Now, with that in mind, I want to bring it back here to the metro Atlanta area, because we are preparing for a possible indictment right here in Fulton County. This is pretty interesting stuff here. I want to show you not only are lawmakers and elected officials indicating that there could be an indictment in just the coming weeks here, but they're also preparing to close some streets here in the metro Atlanta area. Take a look at this. You can see here where the Fulton County Courthouse is. Part of that street, you see it highlighted in red. Pryor Street between MLK and Mitchell will be closed starting Monday, August 7th until Friday, August 18th. That gives us a little bit of indication of when we might see an indictment coming down here in Fulton County. The district attorney's office still has not chosen a date for any announcements on indictments, but we are getting a little bit of indication here as the days get closer. Now, there will be orange barriers. They went up around the courthouse earlier this week. Now we're seeing that road closure, so just something to keep an eye out for if you are someone who lives, works, or plays in downtown Atlanta. You need to be aware of those closures. All right, I want to hop straight along here, and I actually don't have any video for this story right now, but I did want to give you guys a heads up. Although, honestly, if you live in Metro Atlanta or really at all in North Georgia, you probably heard or maybe even saw for yourself some of the damage that we experienced from severe weather earlier this afternoon. Lightning struck a man in Heard County near the Georgia-Alabama state line. That's one of the major issues that we're tracking right now. We also are aware of an incident in Milton with a 3-vehicle crash involving a garbage truck, a school bus, and a car. That's not good. Now, 2 people were hurt, but the somewhat good news here is that no children were on that bus. So no kids, luckily, coming home from school were involved in that incident. And the final issue I want to warn you about here is a partial building collapse. This over in Coweta County. And we're hearing from police that wind blew a metal roof off of a building, knocked down a tree, and also some power lines as well. All throughout the metro Atlanta area, we're hearing reports of some trees that have fallen down as well. Maybe you are one of the people out there who has experienced some of the damage for yourself or have seen it at all. We are going to have more coverage on this from not only our team of meteorologists here at Atlanta News First, but also I believe we do have at least one crew who is scoping out some of the damage. That is going to be coming up on Atlanta News First on Peachtree TV at 9 and 10. Also Atlanta News First on WANF at 11 o'clock tonight. So hopefully you can join us for one of those newscasts. And we will have more information online at our website, atlantanewsfirst.com. Also the Atlanta News First app for anything weather related, damage wise. Great resources for you to have at your fingertips there. All right, I want to move ahead to a story here, and this is pretty important. An important reminder, really, for all of us. I'm sorry, I got the wrong lower third up for this. All right, here we go. Penalties for breaking some of the bus rules here. State officials reminding us about a law to keep school children safe. And we have our reporter, Abby Casores, who's breaking down some of the penalties you could face if you happen to break some of those rules.
If you don't stop after seeing this flashing stop sign, a fine of $250 might show up in your mailbox because of a camera watching out for drivers breaking the law. Georgia is one of the first states to require that school buses should have stop-arm cameras.
I urge every Georgian to stay alert, brush up on the law regarding passing stop buses, and remember that doing the right thing and following those laws could save a child's life.
Mike Sanders works
Today's
on
school
pupil
buses are built
transportation for the
safer.
Georgia Department of Education. According to a poll, in just one day, the state's bus drivers reported more than 7,800 people passed a bus illegally.
We don't want those illegal passes to lead in some tragedy.
From 2000 to 2021, there were 53 people killed after crashes involving a driver illegally passing a school bus. Nearly half were school-aged. Statistically, school buses are the safest way for your child to get to and from school. But national studies show that the most dangerous time is when they're getting on and off of a school bus. This video shows instances where a driver did not stop and a child almost got hit. Georgia bus drivers transport more than 1.6 million students, more than 770,000 miles each day.
And it's scary.
State officials are urging parents to talk to their children, maybe do a run-through. That way they know the rules of the road and how to navigate school zones safely. In Atlanta, I'm Abby Casores.
With that, thank you so much for joining me for the news portion part of our Atlanta News First Alert Desk. We are going to pop up our forecast for the week, and we have meteorologist Patrick Pete on deck to talk all of us through this. Hey, Patrick.
Hey, Savannah. Hopefully everyone is having a good night. It's been a little bumpy out there. I don't know if you were with us, if you were at work today. We had several rounds of storms that rolled through the area. Some of those storms were strong to severe. We actually had lots of wind damage for sure with some of these storms. Now, we were spared. Doesn't look like we received any tornadoes, which is great news, but the rain, the wind, and the lightning was definitely a beast. And as we head through the next couple of days, we're actually talking about more opportunities for more of these storms that could be on the stronger side. So we're first alerting tomorrow. Now, if there's any good news in the forecast for your Friday is that we do think that this is going to be heaviest and strongest in Alabama, but we do believe that some of our westernmost communities could get in on some showers and storms. We're going to keep that first alert because we do expect there to be some showers and rain around early in the morning, especially for the morning drive and morning commute. Kids are heading to the bus stop. As we head into the afternoon, that's where we're going to expect that coverage of those storms to start to gradually diminish. So we'll keep the first alert going as a heads up, but we're not going to expect the strong storms that we saw in the afternoon today to be a repeat, and definitely not expecting it to be as widespread tomorrow, but reasons to be on alert. Listen, we're all looking forward to the weekend, and Saturday's forecast is going to be our best opportunity at some dry time. We're going to keep a rain chance around at about 20% for the afternoon. A stray rogue thunderstorm going to be possible, but other than that, there's going to be plenty of time to get out, go to the pool, maybe run some errands. If you're a cycling person, hit the trails. It's going to be nice. Just going to be on the warm side and humid. So it's going to be important that you drink plenty of water and hydrate, and, of course, use your sunscreen. It's August, so the UV index is very high at the bare minimum. So we know what to do in those type of scenarios. Looking ahead to Sunday, guidance has continued to trend with the wet resolution, especially late Sunday afternoon into the evening hour. So we're first alerting you because at the end of the day, it's Sunday fun day, and it's really not that fun if a thunderstorm rains on you halfway through your partying and your brunching and your family time. So we want to give you a heads up that we do expect rain opportunities to increase late in the afternoon, evening. I'm looking at 4 to 5 o'clock for some of those showers and storms to start to fire up. So heads up there. And then, unfortunately, a very unsettled weather pattern is going to dominate the forecast as we head back to work Monday and Tuesday. Right now, it looks to be the same setup that we're dealing with now. So it's timing that out 5 days away is not really something that you should really hone in on at this point in the forecast. Just know that there's going to be multiple rounds of rain and storms as we head towards Monday and Tuesday. Reasons for you to be weather aware. But I want to get you through the night, and I do expect there to be some storms to fire up overnight. Some rogue showers, rogue thunderstorms. The good news with all of the energy that we had pushed through the area today, it really kind of tapped out our atmosphere. So not expecting anything to be strong or severe overnight, but if you hear a stray rumble of thunder, see a little lightning at around 1, 2 a.m., don't be surprised. That's going to be our story. Heading into the 7 o'clock hour, you can kind of see how those storms are hugging the Georgia-Alabama border. So I'm looking at folks out in Cleveland County, looking at Randolph County, and also heard Carroll all the way down towards Troop and Meriwether. You're going to have the best opportunity to pick up on that earlier round of showers and storms in the morning. And this is all coming around that ridge of high pressure. So this is going to be moving from the northwest to the southeast. So that energy is going to really be riding the border as we head into the afternoon, 12 o'clock. You can see that we're seeing more of the greens, less of the yellows and reds, which is great news. That means the rain should be more lighter in nature. But as that system gradually pushes further south through the afternoon, we'll see it weaken. So we're actually expecting a drier trend the closer we get to about 8 o'clock. So anybody who's looking to maybe do a happy hour after work Friday, or maybe you're doing a night on the town, things look to dry out as we head later into the evening. Temperatures are going to be warm, and it is going to be humid, so just remember that as you're making your plans. And while we did pick up significant rainfall across a large part of the region today, there's still going to be the potential for another ½ inch to an inch as we head through the next 24 to 36 hours. So just be prepared for that. Because the grounds are soggy, we'll be watching that to see if those rain rates increase rapidly in isolated locations, but no huge flood potential right now. As we head into Saturday, there's that rain chance Saturday. You can see those showers and storms mainly west of Atlanta as we head into the afternoon, eventually clearing out through the evening. I still think Saturday is going to be a pretty solid day to get out by the pool. Numbers in the mid to upper 70s at 9 a.m. for everybody who's trying to swim those laps early before it gets hot. Getting into the mid to upper 80s as we push into the afternoon hours where some folks are going to hit 90 degrees. And the humidity is just going to be around. It's August. We expect it. We've adjusted. We drink plenty of water. We don't overexert ourselves. But what it will do is also make those temperatures feel several degrees higher. So even though looking at the 7-day forecast, 92 degrees Sunday and Monday, not really that scary. With all of that humidity, it is going to feel roughly 5 to 8 degrees warmer. So it's going to feel like the mid to upper 90s as we head through Sunday into Monday. Scattered showers and storms linger through Tuesday, and then we trend a little bit drier as we head towards the middle of the week, but still staying pretty seasonable. So lots of changes going on in the forecast. If you're looking to make time to get outside this weekend, listen, all eyes on Saturday. There's some rain around, but it's not going to be widespread. Straight rumble of thunder as well, but Saturday is going to be your best opportunity to get some of that time in outside. So, it's been a busy day. The St. Jude giveaways were within the last hour, so lots of movement around here as far as like getting all of these winners to know the different gifts that they've won. And then, of course, we've been also following lots of news. There's been breaking news this afternoon. The storms tonight, lots to dive into over the course of the next hour. So I'm going to actually head to the Weather Center, leave you guys with the 7-day forecast. Meteorologist Fred Campagna and myself will have that updated look at what you can expect tomorrow morning as you head out of the door. And, of course, we'll have that hour by hour of your weekend so that you can plan ahead. For now, I'll leave you with the 7-day. You can catch us on Peachtree TV at 9 and 10.